Okay, welcome to the Karen Mitches podcast. Today we have Peter Josip.
Hello, Karen. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being on.
That's all right. I can I offer a suggestion to the podcast?
Yes.
So I think you should rebrand it and just turn it into like a gossip podcast, and then call it. You just talk shit about other comedians, and then call it Bitches with Mitches.
Oh, I like that. Yeah. Bitches with Mitches.
Yeah, I reckon that would be good.
It's a good, yeah.
Rolls off the tongue.
Yeah. And I do like to gossip.
I love to gossip. It's so much fun. And like it's really frowned upon for some reason, but it is like, I'd say like 90% of my relationships are talking shit about the other relationships.
And I want to say, I think it's good.
I think it is, like, it's healthy. It's healthy to do, you know. You got an issue with someone, you tell someone else about it behind their back.
Yeah, I remember being new at a job, and I started to warm up to this one girl, and I was telling her how I felt like this other woman, like, actively fucking hated me.
Yeah.
And she was like, I don't think you're alone in feeling that. And then it took me, like, a longer time before she, like, told me everything about this woman. But it's like, that's the kind of shit you need to hear, is like, you're not the only one experiencing it.
Yeah, no, it really is, like, it's so validating to realize someone else also hates someone that you hate. It's like a shared common interest.
Yes.
You know, yeah, it's good. I've had I think majority of the friendships I made at my workplaces have been just talking shit about like the manager or something, or like or another person who can't do their job properly.
Who's the worst person in a workplace?
Like that I've experienced personally?
No, just like the worst type of person.
Okay.
Is it the person who can't do their job right?
I mean, I was about to drop like government names, but I don't mind. I guess archetypes.
No. Tell me a specific story.
Oh, Fatima. Fuck. Fatima at Woolworths in Preston South. Yeah.
Okay. What the fuck?
She can, I don't know. She can, yeah.
Is this someone from back home in Australia?
Yeah. This is from a supermarket I used to work at in COVID.
Oh my God.
It was
You were working at a supermarket during COVID?
Yeah, and the most embarrassing part is that they only hired me because they were desperate for people because it was COVID. Otherwise, like, I wouldn't have.
You weren't qualified to work at the supermarket?
I guess. Well, they were like, "Oh, we're not really hiring," and then COVID happened, and then they hired me, so that was good. Except I stupidly told the guy I was a comedian in the interview, and then he was like, tell me a joke. And then I told him one, and then he looked at me like blankly, and he's like, English is my second language. I don't understand. And I was like, oh fuck, that's brutal. That was yeah.
Oh my God.
That was pretty rough, honestly.
The tell me a joke is just the most evil thing.
It is, especially when English is his second language, and then he was confident enough to hear the joke, and then as soon as I said it, he was like, yeah, you know what, I'm gonna save you the embarrassment of bombing right now and just blame it on my poor English. And he spoke English fine. I could understand what he was saying, and he could understand what I was saying. I guess it just wasn't a funny joke. Yeah.
So what did Fatima do?
Oh, she was just a nightmare to deal with. She was a manager. She had been there since the store opened in the 80s, and she was in her 50s, and she worked there since she was 16. The most annoying part, though, is that she's a teacher.
What?
She is a teacher. She's like a substitute teacher, and in Australia, that's like good money. It's like $400 a day or something.
Yeah.
And instead of doing that, she was like dedicating her life to Woolworths, which is a big multinational fucking supermarket. They don't need her. You know what I mean? But she like needs them. And she was just like mental. Every little thing I did was wrong. I don't know, I wasn't looking busy enough in the fucking self-serve or something. Like, it was so annoying. I was a checkout chick.
She was addicted. Yeah. She was there to boss people around.
Basically, I think she liked the power, which made sense because she was also a substitute teacher for primary schools. So it's like elementary school, you know, it's little kids. So I guess it was all about power for her. But I remember once someone, this is the most annoying thing I hate about her, and if the roles were reversed, I would have milked this to the last drop. What happened was she was working late one night, and then some guy came, two dodgy guys came into the store, and then they checked out, and one of them was like standing there with his hands in his pockets, and then she was like, what do you have in your pockets? And he was like, nothing. And she's like, no, I need to check. Like, what do you have in your pockets? And then he, according to the story, according to legend, he pulled out a gun and just placed it on the counter. And then she like freaked. She was like, and then he just like picked it back up and walked out the store.
Jesus.
Yeah. Which in like, you know, guns aren't common at all in
Yeah.
Australia. So like it was pretty crazy. But then the worst part is that she came for her next shift. She came for her next shift, and I was so pissed off because I know if that was me, I would have gone on work cover. I would have done everything. Oh, I can't work, mental health, flashbacks, whatever. And then she came back to her next shift and was like, no, I'm fine. She like tried to play it off. And then in Australia, like the liquor store is connected to the supermarket. It's like you walk into the main entrance, and then on one hand's the supermarket, and then you go down and there's like a liquor store. It's like a separate store, but they're like connected. And then so like her next shift after, I was working with her. I wasn't working on the first shift, but I was working with her on the second shift. And then she thought she saw the guy. After just like telling me and everyone else how like, yeah, you know, she's fine or whatever, she thought she saw the guy in the store. She had like a PTSD flashback, ran into the BWS and hid for the liquor store and hid for like an hour.
Yeah, I'd be hiding in the liquor store. Okay, I wouldn't have come to work. But...
No, that's the thing that pissed me off. And she's had like, I remember she used to get people after her shift late at night. She would get people to walk her to her car. Because she, apparently one time some homeless guy was sleeping in the trunk of her car, and she opened the door, and she got scared because he also got scared because, you know, someone just...
It was traumatic for both of them.
Yeah, it was traumatic for both of them. And then, so she's had all these things happen to her, and she's still like, no, Woolworths needs me. That's the thing that pissed me off. Like she had a good, like a teacher's a good career in Australia. It's like, what are you doing? Just focus on that. You'll be making way more money than what you are here. Like, why?
Yeah.
And then I ended up... She was just, like, such a bitch to me. And then I ended up complaining to her. Complaining about, like, to management about her. And they basically were like, look, you're not the first person to do this.
Yeah.
And they were like, yeah, she's been here for, like, 30 years. We can't just get rid of her.
Yeah.
Like, we've had plenty of people come up and complain about her.
I feel like... It's so, like a young people thing to think, like, if someone sucks, that they're going to get fired. And it's like, no.
Yeah, and then I realized it was easier just to leave. It was easier just to get a different job. And that's what I ended up doing. Yeah. Where did I go after that? I went to, like, you know, I got, like, a proper corporate job, so that was all right.
So... Australia had like even more of a lockdown than Canada, right?
Yeah, Melbourne, where I'm from, was the most lockdown city in the world.
How was that?
Well, I worked in the supermarket during all of it. I've put on a lot of weight. It was pretty brutal. But I think if you were unemployed, it actually would have been way better because you got government benefits and they were earning like good money just sitting at home doing nothing.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I was like working, dealing with the community, which is never fun.
I had a work from home job, so I had to do my job, and then I was studying for these exams, so I would spend like 2 hours a day studying. And then whenever someone who got CERB, like the government money, complains to me, I'm like, but you just got paid for nothing.
Yeah.
Like, isn't that good?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that wasn't me at all. I was working, so I couldn't get any government benefits.
Were you nervous?
What for?
Like, two things, like of getting COVID, or also like when the first 3 months of lockdown, I went out to the suburbs to stay with my sister because just downtown Toronto was kind of sketchy. Like right at the beginning, I remember like people were fighting over toilet paper. I was worried like there was going to be like mayhem in the streets, and then. I don't know. Then I kind of...
Nah. I think Australians are too relaxed for that. I think we're too apathetic and laid back to do anything about... Oh, people did like protest the lockdowns and all that. But like, I feel like on a whole, majority of the country was just like, fuck it, I get paid to stay at home and day drink. Like,
yeah.
That's honestly their dream. That's the average Australian, that's their dream. That's the best possible scenario. Yeah. Like, honestly, that was... The only thing that sucked is that you couldn't go to Bali in the winter. Like, that was the only thing that's... You know what I mean?
It was like the dream retirement.
It was. And people got to...
vacay.
Yeah, people got to, like, I guess, like, kind of microdose being unemployed and being being like retired, I guess. Yeah. No, it was all right. I mean, it did suck. Like, it got to we just kept on going in and out, in and out, in and out. It was like all these snap lockdowns, like, oh, we're next 2-week lockdown to try and like stop the spread, and then it would just end up spreading anyway. And it was, yeah, so it was just like constantly in and out. But it was like an abusive ex a little bit.
Yeah.
So it was a bit annoying. Honestly, those like 2 years were a bit of a blur.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
I know, I kind of can't remember it a lot. I know, like, I turned 40 in 2020. So it was like, I don't know, 6 months into it.
Yeah.
And I was like, I feel fine about turning 40. And then I got into like, I think it was like a fight with my sister. I was mad about something, and then I bit my phone. Like, I broke my phone by biting it.
Oh, wow.
Which I was like, that's probably the most craziest thing I've ever done out of anger. I don't remember what I was mad about, but I was like, my mental health situation overall must have deteriorated a lot.
Yeah, if you're taking a bite out of your phone, I don't think you're in a good place mentally. Yeah. Yeah. You got the same mental health as like a dog at that point. You know what I mean? Like, that's not ideal.
I think it comes from being a person who's like optimistic. So like when things are going bad, I'm like, it's okay. Like I'm increasingly intellectualizing how everything's fine while continuing to degenerate emotionally.
Yeah.
And then it turns into something insane.
And you can only be optimistic for so long before it's just like, before you buy the phone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I also was at uni during that time, and it was online uni, and that was brutal.
So it was supposed to be, was it supposed to?
No, it was supposed to be in person, and like the first, so I did 2 years of a course of industrial design, which is like product design.
Oh.
And I did 2 years of that, and then I transferred to communications, which is what I ended up graduating in. But that first year of communications was in person. It was so much fun. And like the whole course is like, cause if I really wanted to, I could learn the degree just off YouTube.
Yeah.
But like the whole point of doing the course is like making connections with people and like the practical on-hand experience and all that. And so like the first year was that, and that was a lot of fun. And then the second and third year were online, and it sucked.
Yeah.
And I remember one of my electives I did in my third year was PR. It was some class I did, and majority of the students in that class were from like the PR public relations degree, and it was like the class online was like me, 2 other guys, and then just like 30 chicks. And I'm still upset that it was online and it wasn't in person, you know.
Oh
like,
my god.
It was brutal, you know. You can't riz a girl on Zoom. Like it's
Yeah, that's hard. My sister worked in PR for a while, and yeah, I remember her whole firm was women, and then like I think it was like 5 dudes, and one of them was straight.
Yeah. I used to do musical theatre growing up, and it was kind of a similar thing. Yeah. Like, which was a lot of fun. I just ended up, like, you know, becoming mates with them all.
Awesome.
Yeah. Like,
Do you have a
it was
really
fun.
good singing voice?
No. I got a funny story about that. So I was doing musical theatre for, like, maybe a year or two. And then I was also doing, like, acting for a similar amount of time. And then one of the people one of the teachers or whatever was like, you should try singing. I was like, okay, sure. And I enrolled in like with a singing tutor in the same kind of like performing arts school. And he was like this 70-year-old guy. And then I had like a little concert in September, and I sang Master of the House from Les Mis. I don't know if you know it, but it's very, it's like Sacha Baron Cohen in the movie.
I can think of Beggars at the Feast. Master of the House?
Yeah. It's like Master of the House, Keeper of the Zoo. It's like that. And it's like a very kind of jovial comedic song.
Yeah.
And I kind of, like, it's not really that hard to sing, but I kind of sold it with like performing it. And like, so I did really well at this little concert we had. And then my singing teacher entered me into a national singing competition.
Oh, shit.
And the concert was in September. The singing competition was in January. And for like the 4 months or something leading up to it, I did not practice the song once.
No.
I was just like, I would like sing half of it, and I'm like, I know the rest. I don't need to do it. I did not practice the song once. Come the singing competition, I don't know why, for whatever reason, I was the only competitor in my bracket. I was the only competitor. Like, in, like, boys my age or something. I don't know what, like, the section was, but I was the only person competing. And I was like, oh, well, this is perfect. I'm coming first either way. And then the audience, because I was the only competitor, all the audience members were just, like, friends and family and people I knew. And I fucked up the song so badly. I sang it, like, inside out, back to front. Like, at one point, I sang the song, realized I'm at the wrong spot, and then just, like, stand there in silence for like 30 seconds, and I was like a really fat kid as well, and I'm wearing a suit as well. I'm wearing a suit that's like 2 sizes too small, and I'm fucking this song up royally, so badly, and I was not the master of the house then, that's for sure. And I fucked up the song so bad that I ended up coming second.
But you were the only
I was the only competitor, and I came second.
I don't understand. They couldn't give you first place.
I think it was based off points, and I didn't get like enough points or something.
Oh shit!
So they gave me second, and it was so embarrassing to get on a podium with no one in first, no one in third, and me on second. Like it was so brutal. It was so bad.
Wow.
Yeah, it's easily the worst.
How old were you?
Oh, I was like 15, 16 or something. And then I never sang again after that.
No.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a classic, though, like 15-year-old move to, like, you were good at it when you did the performance, so then you don't get that you need to.
I was so overconfident with it.
I feel like young people don't know how anything works.
Yeah. Yeah, and I was just like, yeah, I know it. I was like, yeah, I was just like, yeah, I know it. Like, I don't need to practice it. I know it. I know it off that. Like, I rinsed and repeated it leading up to the concert. Like, it's in the back of my mind. I know it. And then I just completely, yeah. At one point, I was just like silent on stage, just smiling. I'm like, oh boy.
You have a video of it?
I'm sure there's video of it somewhere, but hopefully it's all deleted. I'm sure my mum has got a video of it somewhere.
You gotta ask her, like, that could be the cover of your first stand-up album.
Oh, I hope not.
You don't want it.
It was so brutal. It was so bad.
Were you did you know you wanted to do comedy when you were coming up?
When I was younger, not really. I wanted to be a general manager.
Every little kid's dream.
Yeah, no, because I remember once my mum came home from work. I was maybe like 8 or something, and she works in HR, and she was like, "Oh yeah, I found out today the general manager's earning however, I think like 100,000 or something."
Yeah.
And in my mind, I was like, "Fuck, that's a lot of money. I could buy a lot of Lego with that." And then so I was like, "Yeah, I want to be a general manager."
I love that.
Yeah, that's what. And then I realized, like, I kind of my mum's always had like cool jobs, and then whenever she's had a job, I've been like, and I've gone to a workplace, I'm like, I want to do this when I was little. Like, she used to work for in HR for Gordon Ramsay. He had a restaurant in Melbourne for like 18 months, and it was like a flop, but it was really cool, like going in there and experiencing it. And then I was like, yeah, I want to be a chef.
Did you meet Gordon Ramsay?
I never met him. No.
Did your mum meet him?
No, she did have phone calls with him on the phone. Apparently he was lovely.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, did he yell at your mom?
No. But she was very busy in that job. Just like a lot of, it's a kitchen. So
yeah, a
lot of, sexual harassment kind of stuff. And a lot of fighting amongst staff members and just very unprofessional kind of things. And this was in like 2010, I know, like this is before kind of Me Too and all that. So that was a little more.
I wonder if kitchens got better though, because I feel like that's like on the high level of toxic environment. Like maybe they can't be healthy.
Yeah, maybe they can't. Maybe like it needs to be toxic in order to get the good food. She was saying there was like a lot of the staff members were like Indian, so then they would come and then there'd be like all this infighting amongst them because of like different classes they come from back home.
Oh shit.
And yeah, she had no idea until she started working there. So yeah,
She was learning the like nuances of
the
Indian...
nuances of Indian society. Yeah, yeah, of the Indian caste system. She was learning it all on the job. Yeah.
What about your dad?
He's a social worker, and he.
I can picture you as a social worker.
Oh, you think so? I don't know.
It must just be a highly social family. If there's
Not
like
really.
HR,
No,
social
no.
work, communications.
I mean, they're both like, I guess, yeah, like very social, yeah. But I mean, in terms of like social justice, I wouldn't say so.
Oh no.
I think my dad got compassion fatigue, like working with all these homeless people and stuff. Like, he's just kind of sick of it, doesn't?
Yeah.
Yeah. But I don't know. I think I get my work ethic from both of my parents. So like, my mum's very hardworking. So when it comes to like stand up and all that, I get the work ethic from her. But my dad, he knows how to make a job work for him. And every kind of regular job I've had, I've gotten that work ethic from him. Like, just knowing how to kind of bend the rules and manipulate it to make it. Yeah. Like, he would go, he worked in like West Melbourne. And one of his friends' mums lived in the area. So like, he would just go have like a 2-hour coffee with her in the middle of the day and just stuff like that. And then like, I'd be home on school holidays, and then he'll just come home in the middle of the day. I'm like, what are you doing home? Like, and he's like, oh, I just, lunch break or whatever. I'm like, okay, cool. Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. So like, I think I've got like the work ethic from both of them, but just like knowing how to apply it to different things.
That's smart. Because you can't put 100% in at your day job and then 100% in at stand-up.
No, not at all. Not at all. That's something I kind of realized. Yeah, I am looking for work though. I just got one as one of those annoying charity people on the street.
Oh, I hate those people.
The ironic thing is, I used to have a joke about how all the Irish would come to Australia and have that job, and now I'm the guy with the funny accent on the street asking people to donate.
I would definitely hire you if I was hiring for that job.
I think
it is a good idea to get an accent.
A little bit, yeah.
Friendly guy with a surprising accent, and because you got to get people to stop and talk to you.
Yeah.
I never get caught by them because I wear my headphones all the time.
No, I always get caught by them, but I just keep going. I treat like homeless people and them the same. I'm just like, no.
Me too. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's...
Sorry, I'm busy. Maybe that's a bad thing to say, but yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. When you got to Canada, was it what you thought it was going to be?
I feel like I'm in a movie constantly.
Really?
Yeah.
A good movie?
Yeah, it's just like, it's so Hollywood.
Oh.
In the sense that it's just like there's so many things I haven't seen or heard except for in movies.
Oh, because we're so much like American.
Yeah, I know you guys don't like to hear that you're like similar to America, but like to me, to a foreigner, you guys are the same.
Yeah.
So
but
like,
it's like if you'd said you were from New Zealand, I would have believed you. Like, I don't
exactly,
know the nuance
exactly,
between...
yeah. Yeah, no, I understand that. So like, to me, I don't really get the nuances, but I'm just like, it's all the one thing to me. So it's like, yeah, just hearing the accents, seeing like the cars, the scenery, the people, like I'm like, oh, I've seen this in a movie. Like, it's weird. It's like, yeah, it's interesting. I think people are like, no, I don't want to offend any Canadians or Americans listening, but I don't think many people have thoughts here, if I'm being honest. Like, not to be rude, but like, so many people, I just like overhear conversations. I'm like, this can't be real. This is like, these are two NPCs talking.
Like what's something you would overhear?
Oh, it's just like chit chat. You guys love fucking small talk. You love small talk. It's just like, oh my God, do you see the weather? Oh my God. It's just stuff like that. It's like, yeah. Like, yeah. I don't know. It's just...
Are you guys not chit-chatting? Just getting right into it?
Not that we get right into it, but I think it's... I don't know. It's just not... I think the difference is that, like, people state the obvious here. And I think people back home are too cynical.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just like you kind of state everything but the obvious.
Yeah. I always feel like Australians and especially English people are like mad at me for being positive. They're like, you're
yeah.
so full of shit.
You guys are so positive here.
And then it's like I have to start to like adapt to like their vibe or we can't be friends.
Yeah, and I having survived the winter here, you do need to be like stupidly optimistic and stupidly positive. Like you kind of do need to be like a puppy dog with no thoughts a little bit, like just like with nothing going through their brain except for like, this is good, I like this is fun. because like fuck, the sun's down at 4 p.m. Like, of course you got to be like, yes, I like this is good. My life does not suck. I do not need the sun to be happy. The Blue Jays are doing well. I am liking this is fun. Yeah, you do need that. Otherwise it's just like so fucking depressing.
Do you find like, okay, because I haven't been to Australia, I think of it as like a dangerous place. Do you
think of it as dangerous?
Yeah. Like, but then were you always in a city?
I've always been in a city. I've always been in Melbourne. So like I'm never
You're not.
To be fair, I feel safer here than what I do in Australia, but I think it's like I feel safer in Toronto than what I do in Melbourne, but I think it's just because like I think it might just be a little bit of like that kind of ignorance tourism kind of brain where I'm just like, you know, I don't know the bad areas. I don't know what to look out for. I don't know like.
Yeah.
So I think yeah. Whereas like back home, if I see someone with like a bum bag and like Nike TNs or something, I'm like, okay, avoid them. And it's, yeah. Whereas here, I'm like, I don't really know what.
Yeah.
Like a scary or bad person looks like or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it's.
Is that. Melbourne? Do they have
crime? Yeah, at the moment they're going through a crime wave. It's like
gang.
It gangs, but it's like spilling onto the street. A lot of just before I left, a lot of businesses were getting like firebombed and shot up and like ran cars like driving into their front doors. A lot of like nightlife businesses.
What's the benefit of firebombing a business?
It's like some according to the media back there, it's like some international it's a few things, but firstly, cigarettes and alcohol are very highly taxed. They're super expensive. So a lot of it is these like gangs kind of forcing businesses into buying their like stolen alcohol for cheaper instead of like getting it the legal way. And then like apparently they're sending like random WhatsApp message, like the business owner will get like a random WhatsApp message being like, I know where you live, I know, here's your address, like conform Jesus. Basically. And then there's cigarettes are insanely taxed as well, stupidly expensive. So there's like this real kind of.
How much is a pack of cigarettes?
Oh, you're not the cheapest pack is like $40, and it's like one to one.
Not a carton.
No, this is like $40 for like a 20 pack of like the cheapest cigarettes.
Jesus Christ!
And the currency is pretty much 1 to 1. So yeah, there's like this real illegal tobacco business now.
Yeah. And
like every kind of street.
That feels like they could have seen that coming.
They should have seen it coming, honestly. But yeah.
I feel like in Canada the illegal cigarettes are like reserve cigarettes, so everyone just sort of like accepts like, well, that's sort of people can make money.
Yeah, but the good thing is like you're helping the native population when you buy it, right?
Yeah.
From my understanding, yeah. That is wild to me that it's, I don't know, another comic was explaining the reserves and like the cheaper petrol and the cheaper alcohol and cigarettes to me, and I'm like, that seems very odd.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Maybe if we shouldn't examine it too much because then we might have to fix it.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know what the stereotype of the native people are here, but I know if it was like just going off like racist stereotypes of people have of Aboriginal people back home, it's like if the government gave them cheap cigarettes, cheap alcohol, and cheap petrol, it would be a very, very bad look. Like it would not be very good. Yeah, and there would definitely be protests. Whereas here, it's encouraged. That is one thing I've realized about the difference between like, I guess, like indigenous populations. Australia is very guilty, very very guilty about how we treated them. Whereas here, you guys are like, yeah, it was bad, but let's forget about it.
Oh, we're worse.
Yeah. I don't even think it's like, let's forget about it. I think it's more just like, oh, we had fun doing it along the way. Yeah, no, that's the vibe I kind of get. And half of them are French as well or whatever, so it's like fun or something. I don't know. I don't know if this is bad to say, but yeah. Yeah.
I don't want to fight it because it's like when someone from outside tells you something, I always feel like you got to at least consider it. Because I don't, like, nobody can see themselves from the inside.
Yeah.
You got to kind of like hear what other people let you know about yourself.
That's true. Yeah, sometimes you do need that outside perspective.
And our main comparison is with America, so there's just like a constant like back patting.
Yeah, you guys love comparing yourself to America about how much better you are than them. Which is which is a great way to actually not address any of the issues you have. Because you can just be like, at least we're not them. And from my understanding of your history, that's essentially what majority of it is. At least we're not them.
It's a lot. Yeah, because we can just take any metric, like life expectancy, like child mortality, like we dominate them on every quality of life factor.
To be fair, I do think majority of the developed world does also dominate them in pretty much every, and probably some developing countries as well.
Do you guys think about America a lot?
No, because it's like we're so far away. We don't have any neighbors. Like we don't share any borders. So it's just like, not our circus, not our monkeys kind of thing. Like,
who do you think about?
China.
Interesting.
It's all about China.
And what do you think about China?
What do we think about China? I think it's, I don't know. It's like, I guess it depends who you ask. I guess it depends where you go.
But they're like a superpower that's near you.
Yeah, and it's the same as here with America, kind of, where it's just like they're our main trade partner. We need them, and they buy all our minerals and stuff. But you know, they're kind of also, there is like a sense of like they could, if they wanted to, this could all be theirs very soon, like, and very easily.
Yeah. I think Canada has the benefit, like Trump's the only person dumb enough to think he would want to take us over because we're expensive to govern. So like we got away from England by them being like, go off, you can do it
Yeah.
on your own. And no American president has ever thought like, oh, why don't I take on the $1 trillion expense of governing? You know, it's easier
Yeah.
just to have us run our country and then they're friends with us.
Yeah.
And then they can sell us stuff.
Yeah.
But I feel like you guys you're not like cold and covered in ice and shit.
No. We're kind of barren and covered in dirt and dust.
Oh, because I guess the majority of the country is...
It's desert.
So maybe it is the same as Canada.
There's so many similarities between Australia and Canada. I'd say the main difference is we don't have like French kind of like that influence.
No one else
Really
colonized.
got there. Like the Dutch got there first, but they didn't do anything. They didn't think anybody was there.
I didn't know the Dutch were over there.
Yeah, they got to Indonesia and then they also got to Australia, but they landed on like WA, like Western Australia somewhere, in like a really remote part, and then I think they were just like, there's nothing here, so then they left. Yeah.
They gave up quick.
They gave up very quick. I'm surprised. I found out recently that you guys defeated America
Oh, yeah.
in the War of 1812 or something.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be honest, since I've been here, I did not think you had it in you. I'm going to be very honest. I did not think, if I had to pick just by walking around the streets, I would not have thought that you guys defeated America.
Well, one thing is, America wasn't at her full strength yet.
That's true.
And
And you burnt down the White
The
House.
farther back you go in Canadian history, the more we are just a bunch of Scottish people.
Yeah.
Like it was British always had power here, but the actual people who came here as like fur traders and then like a lot of the later settlers, very Scottish.
Well, that's kind of similar as Australia. Like all the because it was a prison colony, so all the prisoners from from the UK and Ireland like all got sent to Australia, and majority of them were Irish.
Nice.
Yeah, so it's yeah, it's kind of similar, and they all basically like our main population are like kind of descendants from criminals.
Is it like do people trace their lineage to be like, oh?
They do, yeah, and there's a little bit of shame of being on the First Fleet and like being, being from convict stock.
Yeah.
Little bit. But it's also so multicultural now that it's like not
Yeah.
that common, I guess.
I feel like I would be proud of that.
I think, I think Australians want to be anything but Australian,
Yeah.
and that goes with
Is there
kind of
anyone
every aspect of
the
our society.
Australians look up to?
Anyone that we look up
Or
to,
what's the coolest thing an Australian could be?
the coolest thing an Australian can be, honestly, somebody who doesn't try hard. Just be chill. Just be a sick cunt, basically. Which is like a very high praise. Yeah. And you guys don't like the C word here. And look, she's gone quiet since I dropped it. But yeah, I would say that's probably the coolest thing you can be. Is yeah, I would say that being like.
Is Australia into like American rap music?
I mean, yeah, like just because it's popular everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But not more so than like K-pop.
No, I'd say it's more mainstream than K-pop, that's for sure. I don't know what the best thing an Australian can be. I think we kind of do look up to America, and we do look up to like England. Every second person you know is kind of moving to London, basically.
Did you ever think about doing that?
Yeah, absolutely. And I probably will eventually, maybe.
So how did you end up in Canada?
I have some relatives here, and then it's a very easy visa to get. And then I kind of, I was thinking in terms of stand-up, I've always preferred this American comedy to British.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, if I can't be in America, I can be next to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was kind of the logic for me.
I'm too old to do it, but there's like young people from Canada who get this like visa where they go to England, and I think it's big for comics.
Yeah.
If you're under 35, you can, yeah. But I feel the same. Well, I'm too old for it anyway. But I also feel like I don't think my comedy is very British.
Yeah, I don't know. I've only performed in Edinburgh at the Edinburgh Fringe, and like I did well there, so that was like reassuring to know that like if I wanted to, I probably could like do decent there. But then I also do well here, so it's like whatever. I might as well still try.
Did you love Edinburgh?
Yeah, it's crazy. It's so much fun.
What's it like?
It's so intense. You guys don't really have the festival kind of thing like we do back home and like in the UK. Like there's no real festival circuit here. I know there's like Winnipeg and Halifax and Just for Laughs and stuff, but those, from my understanding, are all invite only, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, whereas like all the festivals back home and Edinburgh, it's not. Anyone can apply. So it's open to everybody. So it's...
Well, I guess maybe those ones you do apply to them. Like Winnipeg.
I guess, yeah, but you can get denied from it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, whereas
like,
that isn't the case.
Okay, so people just show up.
If you enter it, you're in it. You just got to pay your rego fee, got to pay for a venue, and then pay for like marketing and whatever.
So it's very like self-directed.
It's very self-directed, self-produced.
Yeah. Our shows are all like curated.
Yeah. And I think that's why clowning is very big in the UK and Australia, and same with like alternative comedy and like musical comedy and all that. I think the reason why that's all kind of big there is because it's like it's all from the Fringe festivals, and Fringe being like, left of center kind of outskirt stuff.
Yeah.
And it does, like, I saw it when I was in Edinburgh, like I got to a point where I was like, I don't want to watch. Like 2 weeks in, I'm like, I don't want to watch stand up anymore. I've seen so much stand up. I've performed so much stand up. Let me see something weird now. And then I was going to see plays and like circus and like clown shit. I saw a guy eat a kilogram of cheese at like 2 a.m. Like it's just weird shit like that. There was a guy in Melbourne at the comedy festival this year who sang the same.
How much is a kilogram of cheese?
I don't know. The worst part was it wasn't even cheese. He I don't know what he did. I think he gave himself like food poisoning, so he had to change it to lettuce every second night. So I unfortunately went on a lettuce night, which wasn't ideal.
Yeah.
But in my mind, I'm like, no, it was cheese.
Okay.
I'm gaslighting myself into thinking it was cheese, because it's more fun to see a guy eat a huge fucking thing of cheese than it is to watch a guy eat a huge head of lettuce. Like that's not fun.
No.
That's just like nutritional. You know what I mean? That's
he's just getting his veggies in.
Yeah, that's honestly good for him. And I don't want that when I go see a fringe festival show at 2 a.m. in an alleyway that smells like piss. Like, it's not. But Edinburgh's crazy. Like, the population goes from... I heard a stat. The population of Edinburgh goes from, like, I think 600,000 to, like, 4.5 million.
Jesus.
And just in that 1 month. I was staying in, like, a one-bedroom, little single-bed university accommodation. And it was, like, single bed, a desk, and that was it. And it was a shared bathroom, shared toilet with 4 others. And that was $3,000 for the month.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And that was cheap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who were the other people?
Just like other comics. Yeah. And they were all cool. They were fine.
People were decent.
Yeah, people were decent. But it's like, it's very, very crazy there. Like, there's things happening all the time. You just walk down their main kind of strip, and it's called the Royal Mile. And you walk down there, and it's just like so overwhelming. People just constantly handing you flyers, like barking for shows. And over there's so many people that it works.
Yeah.
And it's like Edinburgh's a small city. It's this small medieval city, so like it's just congested. It's packed. It's crazy. It's I don't know. Imagine like a state fair, but it's a month and it's an entire city.
That's crazy.
And like every little nook and cranny and little kind of bit of space has a show happening.
Yeah, it sounds like something I have to do in my lifetime. You
definitely have to experience it. I think like it's so much fun. It's everything. Like it's so much fun. It's so overwhelming.
I want to check out some clowning.
Yeah, have you heard of Goliath?
Have I what?
Goliath. It's like this famous clown school in France.
Say it again.
I think the guy's named Philippe Goliath.
Goliath?
Goliath.
Okay.
It's like, I'm pretty sure that's it. If you mention it to any clown, they'll be like, "Oh yeah, I've done it." You pay like $6,000 to stay in like a little house outside of Paris, and then some old fail actor just basically tells you you're not funny and just like rips you to shreds and makes fun of you to your core. And then people are like, yeah, but it's good. It's worth it. It's worth the money. Yeah, I know so many people who have done the course, and I think he actually might have died recently.
Oh shit.
R.I.P.
But probably like his descendants are running this school.
Yeah, his students are probably running the school. But from what I've heard, you can't. Clowning's an interesting thing. I heard someone talk about it, how it's like you kind of learn how to waste people's time, and I think that's the best way to describe it.
So you're not a fan of the clowning community?
I'm a big fan of people who call themselves. No, I'm not. I'm not. I don't know. It's interesting. If you think comedy is about not getting laughs, well then be a clown. Absolutely. Like go for it. You know what I mean? If you want to waste people's time and make them go, "What the fuck was that?" Well then absolutely. What the fuck was that, and why did I pay $35 for it? Well then be a clown. I think it's very well worth it.
Did you check out any clowning in Edinburgh?
Yeah. I watched I actually all right, I take back what I said. Some people are very good at it, but I think a lot of people who do it are just like not funny, and then they find a way of like skirting comedy and getting through comedy by like falling back on the clowning stuff.
Yeah.
But the people that are generally funny that do end up becoming clowns, I think they are funny. So there's this comedian called Josh Glantz. He's Australian. He's living in London. He's very funny. And I saw him on a billboard for this show. And I went and watched it. It was him and like two magicians or something. And I was like, okay, fuck it. Why not? I got nothing else to do. I'll see something different. I've seen enough stand-up. So I go and I watch it. And then I very quickly realize, oh, this is a kid's show. Like, this is very much for kids, because then they're trying to sell like toy packages at the end and stuff. And then I was walking out and we made eye contact, and he was like, what are you doing here? And I'm like, came to watch you. So yeah, that was
But did it make you laugh?
I think if I was 10, I would have laughed a lot, because it was like aimed at kids. But yeah, no, like it was pretty funny. Some of it is very good. There are a few people I really like that do it, and then a lot of them I'm just like, whatever. This is not particularly funny. When
you got to Toronto, like, what was your impression of our comedy scene compared to Melbourne?
I think. Do you mean like the scene in general, or the comedians, or like the type of comedy, or
scene in general?
I think that the scene sucks, but like the scene in Melbourne is better. You'll always have an audience, even if it's just a few people. Like it's a good place to do it. There's always people. There's always a show happening. Like, you can gig a decent amount throughout, like 10 to 15 times a week. Like, it's easily the best in Australia, I think. But the difference is that, like, even though here is harder, and like you're very rarely in front of an audience, you're very rarely performing to non-comics, it is better. Like, there's way more opportunity. So like the ceiling is way higher, but then the floor is way lower, if that makes sense.
So you mean like the comedians are good here?
Oh, I was talking about the scene in general.
Oh, sorry. The scene in general.
The scene in general, it's like...
It's bad, but it's good?
Yeah, like the entry level point is so much worse than the entry level in Australia. But the opportunities are a lot more here. Because
Melbourne starts in a better place, but it ends sooner.
Ends a lot sooner.
Okay.
And so like the way
Melbourne and then Toronto's somehow below it and above it.
Yes, exactly.
And that's the
I think there's just a bigger
overall
range of like comedy here. Like, there's really bad comedy, but then there's also like really good comedy.
Yeah.
And that goes for shows, and that goes for comedians as well. Like, it really, like, it's a challenge, like the comedians are good, so it forces you to write more. The shows are bad, so it's like, well, I'm not going to perform to these same comedians the same jokes I did last week. Like, I'm going to write new stuff. Like, it is good. Like, it's a challenge, whereas I think in Australia it's a great place to do it as a hobby. But it's
you have a better experience, but it's harder to.
You'll have a way better experience doing it, but it's like it's way harder to go anywhere with it, because like the Melbourne International Comedy Festival, it's the biggest comedy industry kind of thing on the calendar in Australia, but that's for 1 month. The other 11 months of the year, there's not really much happening in Australia.
Yeah.
Because it's all like festival based, so it's not.
What's the style difference between Aussie and Canadian comedy?
I think here, you guys, I think you're more observational. It's weird. I think Australia is more about identity politics.
Is it?
Yeah, I would say so, more than here, I think. Whereas here, I think it's more like observing what's around and stuff.
Is Aussie, like, I can't think of an Australian comic. What I would just imagine for some reason is they'd be into, like, taking the piss out of people.
Yeah, that's definitely
like a
part
kind
of it.
Closer to British?
Yeah, I would say so. Like, Yeah, I think it's something that you don't really get here, but in like Australia, you'll get like a lot of people where it's just like all their materials just like I'm Chinese, I'm Greek, I'm this, I'm gay, I'm
Oh,
this. Like all the materials about that. Whereas here, I find it's comedians are kind of more well-rounded, I guess, where it's a bit they have jokes about who they are and stuff and their makeup, but then
yeah,
it's also like, how crazy is this thing? You know what I
yeah.
mean?
But then I've also heard like in order to make it, you have to be more of a caricature, and the people who go really far are oftentimes like people who really dig into one aspect of
Yeah, you
themselves.
kind of need to be known as like the something guy. You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah,
oh, here's the Greek guy. He's the fucking I don't know. He's the hockey guy. He's the football guy.
yeah,
He's the party guy. Like, I think just comedy in general, and that comes down to like personal branding and marketing. Like, you kind of do need to reduce yourself a little bit.
do you feel like you're comfortable doing that?
I'm still trying to figure out what I am. I think as a person, like, I think I still got to work that out before I
Yeah,
to figure out how to market it, honestly, because it's like, and also it's like there are multiple things I do like, and it's like multiple things that make me as a person up, but it's just like I don't know which one I'm gonna
yeah,
boil down to one thing, you know?
yeah. And any comic I like, I want to know more about them. I don't want them to just do one part of what I like, you know?
Yeah,
Like I want to see an hour where they, I don't know, do all the stuff they do.
yeah, yeah, definitely. Yeah, but I don't want to. I don't think any performer wants to be one dimensional.
Yeah,
But the way social media works and the way that it's like shaping the industry, you kind of need to be that, which sucks.
yeah.
But
Have you gone down to the U.S. at all?
no, I mean I've gone there previously just on holiday, but like I haven't performed there. I do plan on doing it.
Yeah. Are you gonna go to Austin, or you don't have it planned out yet?
I want to go to New York. I want to go to Austin, and I want to go to Chicago and Boston. Yeah, but those two are more just kind of for like tourism. I want to go to Montreal as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a few places I
Montreal
want
is
to
a
visit.
good city
I've heard.
for food, comedy, partying.
Yeah, yeah, because it's like the most kind of like European city, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'd say even like France is sort of famous for its snobbery, but I'd say like Montreal has a kind of like openness to it that is its own thing, and they're almost like, I don't know, like Toronto's a place where like people observe a lot of rules, and then I always find like when we would go to party in Montreal, like people just seemed cooler because they weren't as worried about like fitting into the box of like whatever they were.
Mm. You think they're like more free spirited there?
Yeah, like you could be at a punk club, but like the people hanging out there aren't as like uniformly punk. Like they might have something different on. They're not afraid. They're not like, oh, I have to show up and do exactly what everyone else is doing, and they'll
Yeah.
mix different things together that you wouldn't think of. Like when Arcade Fire came out of Montreal, like it was such a weird band, and no one had ever thought to do a rock band like that. But it was like it makes sense that this would come out of Montreal because they just do things however they want to do them.
Right. Okay. And Toronto isn't like that. It's more kind of regimented in who you are.
Yeah, like
Right.
even I feel like Toronto loves a uniform. So if you like, I don't know. There's a lot. There was this study done. They asked rock bands where what crowds in what cities in North America are the worst for dancing, and Toronto won.
Ah.
Like so, you're the most likely to perform music here and nobody dances. But it's
Right.
just got like a more self-conscious vibe.
Yeah, I was about to say that everyone's self-conscious.
It's the most British part
of Canada.
yeah. It's like quintessentially English Canada, which is
Yeah.
a bit more reserved and
Reserved.
judgmental, and then Montreal is like the fun place.
More French and more free going, like free spirited and easygoing.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I think like Melbourne in particular and Toronto are very similar. Very, very similar. Whereas I went to Vancouver, and Vancouver just reminded me so much of Sydney.
Yeah.
Minus like the big business and that, but like, and hustle and bustle. But in terms of just like the weather and the architecture and the layout and stuff, like it reminded me a lot of Sydney.
Did you ever think about moving to Sydney?
I would love to move to Sydney. I think if I was rich enough, I would. But it's like the most expensive city on earth or something. Like, it's ridiculous. And I would absolutely, yeah. Like, if you can live in the eastern suburbs of Sydney, like by the water, it's beautiful. It's so beautiful. That's why, like, I think that's why like half of England and Ireland live there.
Because it's just sunshine and beach on a
Yeah,
gorgeous
sunshine,
big city.
beach, and it's like people. I think people like their whole life is work here. The work-life balance is horrible, and this is Canada. This isn't even America, where it'd be 10 times worse. Like it like the work-life balance is so bad compared to Australia.
Yeah, like I think, like I feel like Northern Europe, where they have like less sunlight, is better than Canada because they don't. The work-life culture here is way too American.
It is like it's just really. I know people that are working like weekends pretty much, and it's like that's crazy to me. It's just like why, like corporate 9 to 5 jobs, but they're working like weekends.
And I feel like there's a lot of movement now towards like socialism, and I'm like, it's just because we don't have work. Like, you don't have to be a socialist. We could just be not working 10 hours a day.
Yeah, and then
and defining ourselves by our jobs, and
so many people define themselves by their jobs here. Yeah, which is, I think like it can happen back home, but I think here it's like it's a lot, like it's very much a case. You know, I've been talking to people about like just finding work here, and it's just like entry level, you know, minimum wage stuff that I seem to just be, you know, I haven't worked here, so it's like I got no. Yeah, so I'm just like, that's what I'm going for. And people like are kind of sticking their nose up a little bit, and it's like, oh, wow, you're doing that. It's just like, yeah, I'm not. I can just do this for a little bit. That doesn't mean it's me. You know? I can be like a crossing guard for a little bit. Like you know what I mean? It's not. That doesn't mean I'm a crossing guard
for your whole life.
Yeah. Whereas I think people here don't really understand that. Maybe it's a generational thing as well. Because I heard a statistic, like young people now, they're more likely to work like 5 different careers. Yeah. In their lifetime, whereas like that wouldn't have happened in like my parents' generation or grandparents. Yeah.
Do you feel stressed about the generation you're in?
No, because I've adopted that like Canadian stupid positivity, you know. Like, yeah. Objectively, it sucks. Like, it sucks so bad, and it's like, yeah. If I think about it, it's like I might as well just kill myself. But I have to be positive. I have to like. I think everybody's so happy and like medicated here. So that's why I think you're also positive.
I want to welcome you to the country and just encourage you to be delusional with all of us.
Yeah. Yeah, and like I said, you have to be, because it's no offense, but like like it kind of does suck here, in a good way. Like, you need to hustle to make something of yourself, and when you do, I think it's all right. But if you just want like a easy, chill life, go to Europe, go to Australia, like mainland Europe and Australia, and it's like
don't go to England. It's the same
Don't
problem.
go to England. No, it would be the same thing. Whereas Australia, I think it's like the wages are better. When I was working at that supermarket, I was earning $30 an hour. Yeah, and everyone has that reaction. Like, it's like, why would you move here? And it's like, well, I don't want to work at a supermarket. You know what I mean?
And it's not like they took your citizenship away when you came. Like, you can go back.
Yeah, and I have. Yeah. Yeah, I only experienced half the winter. I'd never seen snow before I came here either.
Were you impressed?
I was impressed for like the first like 2 days. And then I was like, fucking hell, this is brutal. This is so bad, actually. And like, it didn't even, I don't know. I thought the whole white Christmas thing would be so cool, because it's like in Australia, it's hot during Christmas.
Yeah.
It's like summer. It's like peak summer, and it's nice. And it's like you're having prawns and stuff on your decking, like seafood platters and stuff. Like, it's so good. And then I came here, and I'm like, oh, White Christmas, it's gonna be so much fun, and it really wasn't. And I'm like, oh, it's just like every other day of winter, but now I got a fucking tree and some gifts. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah.
So, like, the feeling of Christmas for you
is like
is
beach,
seafood and sun.
Seafood, sun, beach. That week between Christmas and New Year's in Australia is the best. Because it's like everyone's on, like, it feels like school holidays for the whole country. It's like nobody's working apart from, like, you know, supermarkets and like liquor stores and stuff like that. But every other job's off. And you're just like sitting around waiting and getting day drunk and like catching up with friends and just like having fun and going to the beach, and it's like 30 degrees every day, and it's nice.
Should I move to Australia and work in a supermarket?
Honestly, like, I think that's why Australians are so laid back. I think that's also why it's like comedy there kind of like the audiences there suck compared to here. The audiences are really bad compared to the UK, because it's like you don't need to laugh in Australia.
Because you're happy.
Because, yeah, you're like, baseline happiness is way better than here. No offense. Like, it's like, okay, the winter in Melbourne sucks. It's like 7 degrees and like grey and rainy. But it's like, compared to the winter here, I'd take that any day.
Yeah.
So, like, yeah, it's like like, it's very easy to have a comfortable life there, which means you don't like need to laugh. You're not like searching for that escape like you are here.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also, I think it's another thing as well, where Australians have like tall poppy syndrome.
I don't like that.
Yeah, that it's really bad over there, and like in New Zealand as well. Like, it's very bad. Whereas here, it's not at all. Like, I was talking to my relatives a few years about it. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm contemplating like moving to Toronto for comedy, and they were like, yeah, well, you know what? Like, you're young, you're talented. I say, go for it, buddy. And then I was like, that was their first reaction. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, if that was reversed, if I was like living here and then being like, oh yeah, I was thinking of moving to Australia for comedy, they'd be like, why the fuck are you doing that? Why would you want to do that? No, don't do that. That sucks. Yeah, whereas here, it's just like, and back home, performing to audiences, you got to convince them that you're funny first. They have no trust in you. You could be like famous, and they'll be like, all right, let's see what he's got. Let's see if he's as good as what people say he is. Whereas here, it's just like, yeah,
you're on the stage.
You're the comedian.
Yeah.
You're on the stage. You're the comedian. You're there for a reason. You're funny. I literally had it last night. I was like, I was at Comedy Bar. The show it didn't sell very well, and there was like maybe like 10, 15 people in like a room that fits like 80, and they were kind of spread around. And then these two girls at the front were like laughing really hard, and I was like, what the fuck are you laughing at? Like, what's so, like, my first reaction wasn't, and they were like, no, this is funny. And I was like, oh yeah, like, I thought my reaction was like, oh, they're taking the piss, like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were just,
no, they were like, oh no, you're funny, you're making us laugh. And I thought they were laughing like too much. And I was like, so my first reaction was like calling them out, being like, shut the fuck up, like, what are you doing? And they're like, oh no, like, you're making us laugh, this is funny. And I had to be like, oh, thank you. Like, yeah.
welcome to my comedy show.
Yeah, I was like, oh, sorry about that, thank you. Whereas I think, yeah, I'm just so used to, like, I guess the cynicism, I guess, of Australia, and just people being like, look at this guy, you know?
You got to be careful, though, because if you stay here too long, you won't be able to go back, because you'll acclimatize, and then you'll be...
Yeah.
You'll go back, but you'll be like a Canadian.
Yeah, I'll be too
optimistic.
Too optimistic and too happy about my future. Yeah.
So we're coming to the end. Is there anything you have coming up that you want to plug?
I mean, I don't know if you have any listeners in Australia, but I'll be going to Perth Fringe, Adelaide Fringe, and Melbourne International Comedy Festival in the new year.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah. So I guess follow me on Instagram, Peter Josip, Josip. Yeah, that's pretty much it, I guess.
Amazing. Thank you so much for
No,
coming
thank
on,
you so
Peter.
much. Thank you for having me on Bitches with Mitches. This was a lot of fun. Thank you.